بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Welcome in this video. I would like inshallah to summarize some of the important rules of the Taharah, purity, and the Ahkam al-Wudu wa al-Ghusl, which is the ruling of the ablation and the shower. It's very important for every Muslim and Muslimah to know these rules in order to make their salah valid. Because without tahara, without purity, the salah will be invalid. In this inshallah video, we will go through different topics. So we talk about the waters that we can use it for tahara. Also, we talk about the utensils and the vessels of eating and drinking, which one we can use, and also we talk about the reason of the hadath, or the thing that break the wudu, and also we talk about the adab and the manners of entering the toilet, and some of the sunan al-fitra, the state of purity. ونتكلم إن شاء الله, and we'll talk about the wudu والمسح على الخفين, wiping on the khuffaini, and we talk about also the sock as a comparison to khuffaini, and we talk inshallah about the ghusl inshallah, and how can you remove the najasa inshallah, and how can we do the tayammum, and also last we talk about the hayd, the menses, and the nifas, the blood comes after delivery. It's very important for everyone to know, especially as a new Muslim, to know these parts of fiqh, because it's related to ibadah. Let us start first by the first point, which is the water. Which type of water you should use for purification or for purify yourself? First, we have three types of water. Al-ma'u al-mutlaq means absolute water, which is doesn't mix with any things, and it has there are 7 types of ma' al-mutlaq, the absolute water, or we can call it tahur, pure water. Ma'ul al-bahri, the sea; ma'ul nahri, the river; ma'ul bi'ri, the well; ma'ul ayni, the spring; ma'ul matari, the rain; wa ma'ul thalji, the snow; and ma'ul barad, which is the hill. All these 7 water is pure and mutlaq, absolute, and this is you can use any one of them. Even the sea water or the ocean water is a pure, because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when someone asked about how can we are in a travel and in the sea, and we have a little amount of water, if we use it for wudu, we will not have a water for drinking. And then he said to the Sahaba, هو الطهور ماؤه الحل ميتته. This is the tahur ma'u, it's water of the sea. It is tahur, means pure. Wa hillu maytatahu, and any marine animal, any dead marine animal will be halal to eat. So this is, you can use one of these 7: al-matar, the rain; the river; the sea; and the ayn, the spring; and the well; and also the hill; and the snow or the ice. This is the first one, and it has you can use it for your wudu, for your ghusl, to clean and you purify yourself. وهناك ماء طاهر, الطاهر, the purified water, or طاهر, وبيسمونه الماء المقيد, limited water. It is initially was a tahur, a mutlaq, a pure, but it mixed with something طاهر, pure, but change either the smell, change the odor or the taste, or change the color. Like for example, when you add a rose spirit to the water, it becomes rose water. It is clean, it is pure, but you cannot use it for wudu. Also the usfur, ma' al-usfur, the safflower or saffron water. So anything that mixed with the water changed either the color or the smell or the taste, and it is pure, we call it ma'un tahir. It is tahir, it is purified, but you cannot use it for wudu or your ghusl. وهناك الماء النجس, the impure water, if it mixed with something najasa and it change one of these three, the color, the taste, the odor, in this case you cannot use it for your tahara. However, there is an opinion, especially for Al-Hanbali madhab, said that if the water volume exceed a volume called al-qullatayn, which is about 200 liter, it will لا يصيبه الخبث. It will not affected by any impurity. And this more likely for the in the river, in the sea, in the lake or a small pond. This will have a big volume of water, so you can even it mixed with some najasa, the result will be negligible. So this is also the criteria for determining. But however, if it changes the smell and or the odor or the color, this you have to be careful. Don't use it unless it is changed with something pure, like we mentioned. For example, in the river and the sea, you can see some darkness or brownish or greenish. This is not a problem. This is أمر معفو عنه, something we cannot control, so you can use it for wudu and tahara. This is the ruling of the waters. Then the utensils, the vessels that you can use it for storing the water or for eating and drinking, whatever. You have to know that there is prohibition for us as a Muslim to eat and drink in the vessels, utensil from silver and gold. And you have to be careful, even the blade, the knife, the spoon, it shouldn't be from silver or gold. This is very important. Also, you can use the utensil, especially if you are working in a shared place with a non-Muslim and they have shared plates. If you don't have your own and you don't have any option, you can use it, but you clean it and make sure they are clean from any najasa. This is the ruling of the vessels. Then we have the nawaqid al-wudu, the things that break the wudu. First, any secretion comes from the sabilaini, means the front private and the back private. And in this secretion comes from the front. It could be urine, could be madhi, which is in case of male, it's called prostatic discharge, or could be wadhi, which is another secretion comes after urine. All this, if it comes, it will break the wudu from the front. And from the back, as you know, the feces and the stool, if it comes, or the wind as well, will break the wudu. What about blood? If the blood comes from the front or on the back, does it break the wudu? Here we have two approach. The approach of Hanabila said that anything comes from the front and or the back, it breaks the wudu. But the other approach, Shafi'iyya, said it doesn't matter. It has to be either urine, it has to be either madhi or wazi or what's called wind. But anyway, just for precaution, if blood comes for any reason from the front or the back, this break a wudu. This is the breaking the wudu. Also, one of the break of the wudu, if the one become unconscious or he lost his mind and or went to the coma, this is the valid opinion is that to break the wudu qiyasan ala al-nawm. It is as a similarity of the sleeping. But for sleeping, we have, because the sleeping, we have different types of sleeping: the light sleeping and the heavy sleeping. So the light sleeping, if you slept while you are sitting, controlling yourself like I'm sitting now, this will not break a wudu. If you controlling your sitting on the ground, because the Sahaba used to wait Prophet Muhammad sallam to pray Isha, and then they slept, and then you can say they sound while they're sleeping, but they didn't make a wudu after that. So if you're sitting on the ground or in a chair, controlling yourself, and you slept sleeping, in this case, no need to have a wudu. But if you went to a deep sleeping and you're laying on your back or your side, this will break a wudu. Then number 4 that breaks the wudu, if the person touched his front private, direct touching from the inner side of his hand, from this is, or by inner side of the fingers. This will break the wudu according to Shafi'iyya, but another opinion, it does not break wudu. There is a difference in opinion, but just for precaution, if someone touched without ha'il, without barrier, in this case he has to make a wudu. This is a front private part. Also, there is one mas'ala, it is have different opinions between the scholars about shaking hand with women or touching the skin of women. So apart from it is haram to shake hand with a strange woman, also it's haram from sister to shake hand with strange male. This is, of course, we know that, but we're talking about the ruling of if someone did that, it is haram, it is wrong, it's sin. But if someone did that, does he has to make a wudu or not? Here Shafi'iyya said you have to make a wudu, and the other opinion like Hanabila and Ahnaf and Malikiyya said no need to make a wudu. So apart from its sins, but shaking hand or touching the skin of the woman, strange woman, but if you touch the skin of your wife or your mother, your sister, this will not break a wudu. So this is and the other thing for the sisters as well. So shaking hand between the two gender, for the correct opinion, it's haram. It is sins, but it does not break wudu unless there is a desire comes and secretion comes after the desire. This is the thing that break a wudu. As you know, when you break your wudu, and they call this hadasul asghar, the little hadath, and you have to make a wudu in these cases. If you want to pray, either fard or nafl, either the janaza prayer, also if you want to do sajda tilawa, also you have to make a wudu. Also, if you want to do tawaf, in case of Hajj and Umrah, you move around the Kaaba 7 times. Also, one mas'ala which has a different opinion, if you want to touch the mushaf or carry the mushaf or read from the mushaf directly by touching, this is actually mas'ala mukhtalaf alayha, the different opinion. If it compulsory for the person to read Quran, he should has a wudu. Actually, 2 opinions, very strong opinion. One said it is not compulsory, second said it is compulsory. So just if you can make wudu to read the Quran, this most recommended. This is the thing that touching the mushaf. Then we talk about the next topic, which is adab al-khala', to enter the toilet. Of course, the first adab, or the first manners etiquette to enter the toilet with your left foot, and then exit with your right. And it is recommended to avoid, especially for male, of course, to urinate standing, unless you will sure that there is no najasa, no urine comes and touch your body or your clothes and give you najasa. And you have to be careful in that. Also, try to avoid facing the qibla in case of the toilet, especially if you are in open space and you do your toilet not in a toilet place, not in a rooms, but you in open space, to avoid facing and put the qibla in your back. This is one of the prohibition. And also you when you enter the toilet, you say isti'adha or say the dua, Bismillah, اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الخبث والخبائث. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الخبث والخبائث. This is the dua of entering the toilet. And then you clean yourself. There are different types of cleaning of the self after urination and doing feces. The first one is al-istinja wal-istijmar. we have two types. Istijmar, that means they use the stones or the rocks to clean yourself, which is now currently replaced by the tissue. So it does not necessarily to be water. So you can use stones or rock at least three times. Either you use one rock, three sides, clean it yourself with it, or use three rocks or three stones. Nowadays we have a tissue, so you can use three tissues or three plates of layers of tissues three times. So this is the istijmar. Don't clean it less than three. Or al-istinja. Al-istinja means that you use water in cleaning, which is recommended, and you can use both. This is معتمد في مذهب الشافعية that it is recommended to use both, means start cleaning yourself by tissue and then use water for more cleaning. And وهنا مسألة يعني أنت ليس مطالب بإزالة الأثر، أنت مطالب بإزالة العين. So for example, when you do your faces and then you try to clean yourself and some marks or some أثر remained from these feces, you try to clean it as much as you can, but if something remained, هذا معفو عنه. But if you use water, of course, it will clean everything. So because of that, water is more recommended to clean it. طيب. Also, it is disliked to urinate in stagnant water, the water that not moved. Also, it is disliked to speak during you doing your business, and unless someone asks you something urgent, but don't speak during your business. Also, when you clean yourself with your right hand, with left hand, not the right. And then one of the sunans that you can also do it before you start your salah is a siwak. Siwak is a like toothbrush. It comes from some trees called al-arak, and it's recommended to do it in 6 times before salah. When you feel that your teeth become yellow, unclean. Also, when you feel that the smell of the mouth changed. When you start your wudu, and before you read the Quran, and when you enter the masjid. This is some of the 6 times recommended for doing siwak. And it can, if there is no siwak available, you can use toothbrush, because it just means to clean the mouth. طيب, then we start باب الوضوء, the wudu chapter. Then, as we mentioned, you have to use the ماء المطلق. So one of the conditions of صحة الوضوء استخدام الماء المطلق, the absolute water, the pure water, وهو الماء المطري وماء النهر وماء البحر وماء البئر وماء العين وماء الثلج وماء البرد. These 7 types we mentioned before. You can use it for wudu, and it has to be one of these 7. So this is the conditions, and the condition of the shart has to be before the action. Once you start the action and there is something compulsory, it's called pillars, rukn. So any conditions or any compulsory act before the amal, the action, it's called shart or conditions. So the first condition, that you use mutlaq, absolute and pure water. Also, one of the conditions, there is no barrier, there is no ha'il, especially for sister, when they're using like manicures or some of the dyes or painting that make cover the skin with a ha'il, and it is a barrier to entrance of water to the skin. You have to be careful, sister, because if you make a wudu while you're adding nail paint, what is it called, it will be wudu invalid. Also, one of the conditions of wudu, to make sure that the water moved all the body parts of wudu, of course. Also, one of the conditions of the wudu for sisters should not have haid, the menses, or should not have nifas, the post delivery bleeding, because this need shower, ghusl, not wudu. Also, if there's a janaba, the major janaba, we explain inshallah, this janaba, it has to be ghusl as well. أيضا it has to be with niyyah. You should do the wudu because of the wudu, not to يعني because it's a hot time, hot weather, and then just you wash your body, or you maybe your body that in a dusty place, and you wash face and hand and wipe the head. This is if with no intention, so the wudu will be invalid. It has to be intention. Like this is the conditions. Then once you start the wudu, there is a pillars of wudu, and it mentioned in ayatul wudu in Surah Al-Ma'idah, يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا قمتم إلى الصلاة فاغسلوا وجوهكم وأيديكم إلى المرافق وامسحوا برؤوسكم وأرجلكم إلى الكعبين. This sequence is compulsory to do. We'll start by washing the face and the hand to the elbow, and wiping the head, and washing the feet to the ankle. So this sequence is compulsory, and this part is compulsory. Any other thing than these 4 parts is not compulsory. It means that if you just do this for wudu, the wudu is valid, but you will lose the reward of following the sunnah to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in doing the sunnah wudu. Like siwak is sunnah before this, and they say basmalah, bismillah. If you are in a toilet, say it in your heart. غسل الكفين, washing the hand to the wrist, and then istinshaq, putting the water inside the nose and expel it, and also washing the mouth, madmada, and make it excess as much as you can unless you are fasting. Also make the washing 3 times, and also washing or wiping the ear. And also for brother, if they have a beard, to put the water between the hair of the beard, and also putting the water between the fingers, all these sunan, and start the right before the left. If you start with the left, so wudu is valid, but it's not sunnah, you will lose the reward. And also you can exceed the limit of the part of the organ. So for example, this is the mirfaq, or the elbow, you can wash up to the shoulder if you want to increase the reward. This is so far the sunan, means that if you missed, you will lose the reward, but the wudu is valid. The compulsory is the only 4 parts: washing the face and the hand from the fingers to the elbow, and then wiping the head, full head, to the correct opinion, from the front to the back. And we explain inshallah in the masah for the sister, she can wipe on the hijab, as we explain inshallah, and then washing the feet to the ankle. Like this is and any other than that, it will be sunnah. Then we start the chapter of al-mashu ala al-khuffayn. Al-khuffayn is like a leathery sock. It is the agreement between the scholar. It is valid that if you made a wudu and then you wear this khuf like a sock, but it is from leather. In this case, when you break your wudu, no need to remove it and wash your feet again, but just wipe on the top of the feet, the top of the khuf. This is ijma' bain al-fuqaha, agreement between the fuqaha about that. But in case of the sock or al-jawrab, there is no agreement, and just for precaution, don't do it. But if you are in a place that you cannot wash your feet, just you can follow this opinion, because there is a disagreement between the scholar about the validity of the wiping of the sock. And the wiping either on the sock or on the khuffayn, it has to be done after you make a wudu, normal wudu, having a washing, and then you break your wudu, and then you need to do another wudu, but in this case you just wipe on the khuffayn or the sock. Also the timing of wiping on the sock or the khuffayn, from what time I should count, because it's valid for 1 day and 1 night for the one who residents in his hometown, and 3 days if you are traveler. So there are different opinions actually. The first opinion, Shafi'iyya, said from the breaking of wudu, the first breaking of wudu. Hanabila said no, it is from the first wiping, which is valid more than the other one. So you can use whatever this you like. So either, for example, if you waked and woke up in the morning for Fajr, and you make your wudu, and then you pray Fajr, for example, and you wear the khuf or the sock. And then this was at about 6 o'clock, for example. And then you keep your wudu until the lunch time at 12, and you break your wudu at 12. Then according to the rule, you have to do wiping for 1 day, means 24 hours, 1 day and 1 night. So should you count this day from the 12 when you break your wudu, or then if you, after you break your wudu, you start to make masah on 2 o'clock to pray dhuhr? So which time you go with? So we calculate 24 hours from the first time of breaking wudu, or the first wiping on the sock. It is actually, as I said, the Shafi'iyya said, from the first time that you break your wudu, you count 24 hours. Or the second opinion, Hanabila, said it you counted from the first wiping. And al-amr fi sa'a, flexible. Use any one you like, one you convenient for you, because it is just ijtihad from the scholar. So if you follow the first one, it's okay. Second one is okay. So this is the timing. And for the one who in his hometown. But if you are in a travel, it's 3 days. But sometimes you maybe are in travel and you start to count 3 days, and then you arrived before these 3 days finish. So should you continue 3 days or just 24 because you become a resident now? The correct opinion, you have to count only according to your current situation. If you are in your hometown, خلاص, just only 1 day. If you are traveler, it will be 3 days, as we mentioned. طيب, for المسح على الحجاب والخمار, for sister who wearing hijab, and very important point for sisters, once she wears the khimar or the hijab in wudu, and then she break her wudu, she has options, 2 options actually, just to be safe. The first option, as a qiyas of the amama, of the male, what's called the turban. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to do like that. If he wearing a turban, then he just move it up like that, and then wipe the forehead, and then pass his hand to the front, to the rest of the amama. But not for the hat like that. Only amama if you wearing amama. Sister can do the same for khimar. As a qiyas of amama, she can move up a little bit the hijab, and then wipe this front, and then the rest on the hijab. This is one option. Or just go like a sock or the khuf to wipe without moving the hijab, but just for precaution, just move it a little bit in the back, and then wipe on the forehead, and then go back. So this is مسح على الخفين والجوربين. Then we start the chapter of the ghusl, the shower. Al-ghusl, there are something that make the ghusl compulsory. The first one, the death. If someone died, it has to be showered. غسل الميت. And then al-hayd, the menses, the menstrual cycle of sisters. Once she have it, she have to wait until finish, and then to clean herself by shower. When nifas, and also the nifas is the blood comes from after the delivery of the baby. And we explain inshallah later this ruling in the end of the lesson. Also, in case of relation between the husband and wife, and they are the entrance of the husband private into the wife private, even without reducing any secretion, this will break the purity, and both of them has to do ghusl or shower. What is the fara'id al-ghusl, or the compulsory act of ghusl? First, intention. You have intention to do ghusl, because if you just take ghusl because it's hot weather, it will not be counted as a ghusl. Also, all the body has to be covered by water. For the sisters, if she tied her hair and rolled his hair, should she يعني untied or released or not? الراجح no need of that, either in غسل جنابة, if she have a janaba because of the relation with her husband, or because of the menses, she can just no need to يعني to untie the hair. This is يعني the correct opinion. Also one of the this is so far the conditions of the ghusl. طيب what is the sunan of ghusl, the act that it has to be done in order to get a more reward? But generally, if you just have intention and put yourself even in a sea or in a river, whatever, or even in what's called anyway, in any place have a water, and then you put yourself in it, cover all the body but with water, this will be enough for you if you have intention. But if you want a perfect ghusl and want to have a يعني sunnah to Nabi sallallahu and get more reward, do this first. Before you start your ghusl, wash your hand 3 times. This is if you're using a bucket having water before you enter your hand in it. But if you just use the tap water or the shower water, you can wash normally easily. Then make wudu before you start or during the start, but before you make your wudu, because this will maybe break the wudu according to the Shafi'i madhab, wash your private and clean your private from any najasa on it. Wash well from front and the back, and then you start your wudu, and you can leave your washing the feet to the end, or you wash your feet now. And then also doing make your water start coming, or you pour the water on your head, on the middle part of your body, and then start washing the right side, and then the left side, and rope your body, and then wash 3 times, all this sunan. And also for sisters, she can use a cotton pieces to clean the inside part of the private part from the remaining blood before she start clean herself. This is so likely the sunan of the ghusl. Then after that we talk about the najasat, the impurities, and how can we avoid that. First, the najasa, like a dog saliva is a najis, while of course the urine and the feces of any animal you cannot eat, it is najis. So any animal it's haram to eat, its urine and feces, it is najis. But if there is an animal you can eat, like a cow, like a sheep, like a goat, like a camel, they have different opinion actually. One opinion said that it has to be if you can eat it, so the urine and the blood and the feces, it is tahir, is pure, not a problem. And the other one said that generally any urine or any feces of animal, it is najis. So just for precaution, avoid it. And then of course the maita is najis, the dead animal, except the dead human, of course, is not najis. And also the dead fish is not najis, and the dead locust is not najis. And any insect or any animal has a blood, it is without color, like mosquito, like flies, like a butterfly, all this, it is not a najis if it died. Also, one of the najasa is the urine, of course. We mentioned human urine, والمذي, which is prostatic discharge, والودي, which is a secretion comes after the urine, والمني of non-human source. But for the mani of human source, means the mani of human, it is not najis for the correct opinion. So if it happen and it comes on your clothes or on the bed, just you can wash it, or just if it just wash, or just maybe يعني dried, and or if it is dried already, just يعني try to scratch it. But it is not najis. This is the correct opinion, that the mani or the semen is not najis. How can you clean yourself or your place or your body or your clothes from najasa? Any najasa other than the dog, you have to clean it at least once until you make sure it is cleaned. Once it's okay. If it once, it's okay. But for the kalb or the dog, it has to be 7 times. One of them with a dust, or 7 times an additional one with the dust or the soil. Then next one is باب التيمم. Tayammum is a compensation of wudu. If you don't have water, or the water is dangerous for you, or the water is expensive, you cannot buy to make a wudu, or the water is so far from your place, or you have a very little water for just only for drinking, in this case you can use tayammum. Tayammum, you can use it instead of wudu and ghusl to pray. But for ghusl, after you have water, there is an opinion said that you have to make wudu, ghusl again. But actually, this is the opinion. So since the tayammum replaced the water in wudu and ghusl, so no need to repeat again the wudu or the ghusl if you already did the tayammum. And the way of using tayammum, and before we do tayammum, we have to select what is the thing that you can do tayammum with. First, the dust, the soil, any earth things like that, you can use it. Also, sometimes you have a sand. There is difference opinion between the using a sand for tayammum, but actually since it is from Sa'idul Ardi, means the thing that on the top of the earth, you can use it. But for example, the cement or any gypsum, there is a different opinion, and I prefer to not use that because it is synthetic. It is not produced naturally from the earth. Also, the glass, you can't use a glass surface for tayammum, or ceramic side surface, you cannot use it. One of the fara'id al-tayammum means that you compulsory do it is an-niyyah, you have intention. Any amal has to be intention. And then you use one of the correct things for tayammum, like a dust, like a soil, and then you strike or hit the ground with your hand, like that once, and then you wipe on the left, and then in the right, and then your face. Khalas. This is one way according to Hanbali and the old opinion of the Shafi'iyah. Wiping strike one, and then with right hand wipe on the left, with the left on the right, and then you wipe your face. Another way of Shafi'iyah, the new opinion of the Imam Shafi'i, that you like that, and then wipe to the elbow, and then the face. But the current one and the strong one is just one strike, and then you wipe left, wipe right, and then face. That's it, khalas. This is so far, and of course anything that breaks the wudu will break the tayammum. In addition to you, if you have water arrived before you start salah and you did tayammum, you have to make wudu again. So also the last thing today, inshallah, in this video, the chapter of the hayd, the menses and the nifas, the blood comes after delivery of baby, and the ruling of the blood in case of women. So we have three types of blood comes from the woman. First is the haid, which is a menstrual cycle. It's najis, and it is stop the woman to pray or to fast. But once she be cleaned and pure, she has to compensate the fasting, but no compensation of wudu, of salah. Then the nifas, the same. It is najis as well, and it has to be after the delivery of baby or abortion even. It has to be like that. And istihada is the blood comes because of any illness in the woman. It is not a blood of the menses or the blood of the haid, but sometimes the uterus produces some bleeding, which is called istihada. The minimum age, according to Madhab al-Shafi'i, of haid is 9 years, and there is no limit of age. So whatever the age, the sister or the girl start haid, it become mature and become responsible for their action. And the minimum duration of the haid is 1 day and 1 night, and the maximum is 15 days. So if it exceeds 15 days, it be counted as istihada. And we explained the difference between the ruling of istihada and the ruling of haid and nifas. But generally, most of the sisters between 6 and 7. Once a lady have haid or nifas, menses, or post-delivery bleeding, it is haram for her to pray, haram for her to fast, haram for her to touch the mushaf directly, because there is an opinion said that if she touch it by a gloves or through a barrier for necessity and for need, she can do that, but I prefer to not use that opinion, because once she become person, she can read from her memory, or for the worst scenario from mobile. Also, Qira'at al-Quran with a difference in opinion, reading al-Quran, if it is from her memory, there is no differences. But if it need to read from mobile even, or through the mushaf, by wearing gloves, there are different opinions, but I'd prefer to not do that, just to make a precaution. And also staying in the masjid, unless there is a necessity of listening lecture or ilm, knowledge class and such, and this is just excuse. أيضا during the haid, she cannot do the tawaf. She can do all the action of the Hajj and Umrah except the tawaf. Sometimes the sisters have some yellowish secretion or brownish secretion comes. This is an actual haid if it comes in the timing of the haid. But if it comes outside the timing, it could be regarded as istihada. But more likely this kudra and sufra, the brownish and the yellowish secretion, it will be regarded as haid, as a menses, if it is in the timing of the haid. And if it outside, the scholar said it will be istihada. For the difference between haid and istihada, the haid, salah haram to pray, fast haram to fast. Relation between husband and woman, it's haram in this time. Istihada, which is different in features of the blood, so that the blood of the haid is a dark brown and thick, and it is very oftenest odor, while in the istihada is reddish blood and thin and normal odor of the blood. So istihada does not prevent the woman from praying, from reading Quran, from fasting, but she have to clean herself between each salah, and just for precaution to make wudu between every salah, and try to cover the private part with any pads to avoid any najasa comes to the place of prayer. So this is the difference, but she have to pray in this case, and also she can fast, and also she can have the relation between her between her and her husband. So this is and she can read Quran, but in haid all this it is haram to do it. And for istihada, it could be if it happened outside the period of haid, it will be counted as istihada. But if it happened during the period of haid, it will be counted as haid. So this is so far very important rules in terms of najasa or tahara and purification of the person in order to make the salah and ibadah valid. I hope it will be clear for everyone. If you still have any question, we have a weekly program, online program, every Sunday online from 2 to 3 p.m. It will be on the Facebook and also in Zoom and in Telegram's channel. Inshallah, I will post in the comment all the link for this platform. So this will according to Adelaide time. So every Sunday online, you have this class, Islam A to Z. Feel free to come and ask any question. If you want to text my question, to please text to this number 0448 363725. I hope you understand this lecture. Inshallah, see you inshallah next video inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.